Hi, everybody. This is Allison from AllyKat Creations. How are you? Hi. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have yet to do so. And if you get anything from my work, a connect the dot, an epiphany, a mind explosion, a new book to read, a new author to explore, please consider supporting my work. All the links are at the bottom of the description of this channel after the video was uploaded. Hi, guys. It's National Library Day, and I was asked to wear black and white. So here's my beautiful dress here. AllyKatCreations211.com is where you can see all my fantastic artwork and all the services that I do. So please check out my website. And if you're interested in 3D memberships, it's a great way to support my channel. You guys get oracle readings. You get free entries into my raffles, which I might be doing a pyramid for my birthday raffle, which will be on April 15th. No, sorry, 18th. My birthday is April 16th. So we'll do a Friday Night Live for that. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Today, I got my coffee. So needed right now. I will go into my day and then we'll figure out a craft. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Scott. Thank you for showing up and coming. Hi. Do you look all professional? I think so. Just my hair's all over the place. Um, Today was a half a day. And it was also picture day for some of the kids that came in later of the year. Hi, Bob. And I then had to go to another building for a meeting that had nothing to do with anything that I do in the classroom. So yeah. No word on the interview just yet. So that gives me more time to create even better art curriculum content. So I'm excited about that at least. I'm trying out, so I got some birthday presents. She's not in the chat yet. A friend of mine, my New York friend that sends me clothes, sent me these, and she's like, well, you're always talking about glasses. Well, we got to figure out if when you do get glasses, let's manifest really cute frames for you. And she got me these off of I don't know what. She got them for cheap just to try. So I don't know if these fit my frame, my face fine, but I said I will try them out and look professional. The frames there's nothing about the frames. Hi, Ash Maya. Thank you for coming and thank you for your birthday present. I didn't bring them downstairs, but they were really heartfelt. Ash Maya made me cry the other day in a good way because let's go over the energies, guys, before I craft. So my day was very long. So after the meeting, Vikings aunt ring-a-ding-dinged me. Like she's like us, right? Like Vikings aunt is very much like us. And she was asking some stuff, guys. Like I was outside, like where the school I had to be is in the neighborhood of Viking, and Viking's aunt was in the neighborhood. So I stopped by his grandma's house. Guys, she's like, did you ever hear about the video, the fall of the? She's like 66, granted, and very biblical. People are waking up. She's waking up. Hi, Gregory. She's like starting to get there. She's like, oh my God, what they put in those things. Oh my gosh, I'm watching all these videos. And okay, so I said to her, I'm like, well, I knew that about 10 years ago, some of the stuff that she was mentioning to me. And I'm like, some stuff since 2020. She goes, oh my God, you really? Yeah. And then I started blasting off some seedlings, respectfully, seedlings. And it hits here. It hits here. It feels so good. Because she's a lovely person. Not to get back to professionalism here. So yeah, I got home late. So sorry this is late. I know it's with the other our other friends. But I honestly I after she started delving into, because I think she just needed help with something she thought I could help her with, technologically speaking. And she's like, oh my, did you hear about the and all this stuff? I'm like, yeah, I knew about this for a long time. I was like, I can't stop talking to you. Just let it come out. I'm gonna give you some guidance. And yeah, really great conversation. Excited beyond belief that she's awoke. She's getting there. She's watching our beautiful fall of the so I was just like, yay, it serves a purpose. 7 years ago serves a purpose. But it's really nice to get validated and I said if you ever, the videos that I used to watch while for Christmas I was at grandma's house and was moderating chats with for WeNotMe. I'm like, yeah, do you remember all that? I'm like, well, my good friend has a whole stash of papers in his house. You should really listen to that channel if you want more information. uh, you know why? She's actually finding a lot of this stuff on YouTube. And she's she's into the holistic stuff, and she knows that I am too, so that's really where the conversation was going. And I said to her, before you invest money into, like, I don't know, back in the day we heard about snake venom being in things and some other wonky nonsense with the yeah, associated with that, and I'm just like, no 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 no. Here's what you need to do, here's where you need to go, watch those, excuse me, watch those videos, and you can learn how to detox yourself from there. And here's what you want to focus on, and here's where you want to go. So YouTube, the holistic community is sending people to where they need to get the information as well. So just because it's not politically, and she's very much the other side, very much the other side. So it's very delicate, uh, very, very delicate, to say the least, where the direction needs to go with how people are getting their seatings and how it's opening, where it's directed. But she's awakening. Yay! So exciting. So exciting. So I didn't get home until late. Because my meeting ended and then I had to wait to clock out, and then each school's a different animal, I tell you what. So they're awake to certain ideology that's still a program, but like she's listening and she's very stuck in the Bible. super, but she acknowledges that what she was reading was indoctrinated and inverse. So we're getting some places. And I then seated her like, what I am, and then what my mission is. And I said to her, you are God. Stop referencing to God outside of yourself, because God is omnipotent and omnipresent. It's in all things. And then I started pointing everything. I was like, all of it's God, even Satan. So get out of you just need to get into righteousness and love. Fun fact there. Um, the 80,000 people that message me constantly, love you all. Don't worry, it's none of you here. We had some sprinkly dinkly doodles coming in from the Schumann residence. Um, we're kind of in a lull right now, but I felt a lot of this energy earlier today. So before I create, let's just get my venting session out here, because I'm not alone. I put up a Facebook post about what happened to me the other day. I woke up from I had a lot of, I don't recall my dreams all the time. And if I recall something, it's right before I wake up. And I know I'm waking up. Normally my dreams are me astral is traveling. It's me playing out, some other parallel, part of me somewhere. Like, I'm aware of those things when I'm dreaming. The other day, I posted about it. I woke up several times in like like that. Like screeching halt, what the fuck just happened? And I don't know if I'm healing it. I don't know if this is karmic baggage. I don't know if this is purging these feelings. I must have transcended myself. Just, I'm using words very carefully, because it's not the case in reality, but in my dream state, I was transcending myself. Pew pew. Over and over and over and over and over again. And my mother did that. I have already like, she put me in her to feel and walk through her manner of death. She knows I can handle it. I think she did that so that it wouldn't repeat this cycle. But I kept different manners in different ways and varieties of ways, kept waking up like sudden out of dream state. It was just whoop, like I took myself out multiple times that night. It left me extremely drained. It left me asking what the literally was, why am I dreaming this? Still haven't gotten answers to it. And I know that that's a manner in which my uncle and my mom took themselves out. And I don't know if I'm healing it, if why I'm living it as if I'm doing it, like literally, what is going on with that? Not getting answers. They're pretty tight-lipped up there. So I'm just going through, I obviously went to work and I, put the face on. I didn't have a bad day yesterday. had a pretty okay day. We got a person in our room that's going to be there for the end of the year. That's just freaking fantastic. She seems really nice, a little like overwhelmed, but still a body in the room. Thank you. Good. Thank you. Her name is amazing too. And I'm just happy to have another body in the room. So yesterday wasn't such a bad day. Going about my business, get home, and then all of a sudden the property tax bill comes in the mail. And then my dread started rising up once again. So I had the dread in the morning, like, what the hell is this? I don't like this. Not my reality. And it took time because I literally was doing it and felt it and like went through it in my dream state. That's a lot of energy, even if I'm not feeling mentally in the reality of the moment anywhere near that. Like that bill took me back to those aspects. Like, where am I coming? I can't even pay my bills for this month because I'm getting shorted on my check twice. So the next time I get paid, I'm only getting like half of a check. That's not paying my bills. And then I'm getting another check that's going to be shorted because of Easter. So this is another like the winter, this is like a really fucked up month. And then May, I get one last check at the end of May, and then I don't know what I'm doing with myself for until I don't even know if I have this job yet. So like my wheels are spinning in my brain, like we got to make something happen now. We got to make something happen now. We got to make something happen now because you need to get secured now. And it's not out of an irrational fear. It's not out of, but I've been looking and applying to jobs with no luck. What do I do if the end of May happens and I don't have something lined up? Hi, Amy. Like that's realistic. It's not to say, oh God, yeah, I'm in God's hands. Sure, I am. And God, all of you are in God's hands. What else can I be doing to get myself secured somewhere somehow? The opportunity hasn't presented itself out to me yet because where is this money coming from to pay these taxes? And yes, property tax, I thought would have been illegal. I thought that no one was getting property taxes anymore. But here we are, 4,000 the whole year in total. I now feel like I'm back in New York. Even if I failed to pay full, because that's what happened, I couldn't afford it. I'm just right back where I was in New York, even worse. At least there, I could go in 3 o'clock in the morning and dive through people's recycling bins and go to the store and make money. Not here. So I don't know what to do. I'm at this what the fuck moment in life. I have my aspirations and dreams ahead of me, so I'm not so much into the doom and gloom. But if we don't tackle doom and gloom, if we don't address it, it's going to continuously come up somewhere else in your life until it is confronted and the lesson is learned. But what lesson do I need to learn? Yeah, hello, I'm living. What? Don't put things on credit cards because you need to pay your bills to keep the lights on? Everything that I have has been donated, clothes wise. That's where I'm at. But yeah, the other day I could not for the life of me. I woke up and the dreams were horrific. Gory, bloody. I'm used to that and I don't mind that stuff, but when you're the one perpetuating it for yourself, woo! Mm-mm. No. No, 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 no. No. Just no. Big no. Now I'm trying to figure out what project I want to do. There's so many things I could do. I was thinking about a cityscape and then a landscape. I'm thinking about it. But like, do I want to cut some shapes out? Do I want, what do I want to use? Do I want to use oil pastels or crayons or sticks? Mind you, I'm trying to keep within what a school's budget would look like. Yeah, I honestly I agree with you, Charlene. My whole emphasis right now is while I have an opportunity, I need to focus on, like, obviously I just did study.com. It's a 30-day free trial, free, that I every night I've been doing practice tests. And I can't tell you how many of those tests I have bombed already, but what I'm doing is taking the question, copying and pasting it into a document, taking the answer, copying and pasting it into a document, because there's a lot of shit that I never got taught. And it's not the lack of the educational system in college, because I went to art school. It's a way different atmosphere than a traditional college. I went to a private school. I didn't go to one of these known colleges. I had famous artists, very famous artists as professors. So I am focused on what I want, but what I want is not out until September in terms of getting paid for it. What I have to do now is prepare to get hired. So I have a book of curriculum. I have projects that I want to show physically. Hi, principal. Here's what I would love to do with the kids. What do you think? I want to do a collaborative piece with all the grades, doing an Alma Thomas here. Let's do some pattern work. Now everybody can contribute to this pattern work. I want to do Banksy, hide Banksy around the school and do like a scavenger hunt. And where did you see him or his artwork? I would love to do that. I think that's really fun. Um, there's a lot of good things that I have in this brain of mine. It's just, how do I live from now to September? How do I pay the bills? How do I feed myself? How do I get through each month from now to September? Right? It's not that I don't have the job. In my mind, I have the job. And there's another art job that opened up at another school, the school that I was at today, for where I had my meeting. So there is two opportunities. Right. Well, right now we're in a shadow of Mercury. So before Mercury retrogrades, there's a bit of a shadow period, like a working up to the energy. And now we're at the disposal part of the energy. So we're still in a shadow. I saw the moon on the way home. It's nice outside, not a cloud in the sky. And there's the moon. I don't like to overwhelm myself, but I am very realistic and logical when it comes to, you don't want to take what didn't work in the past, but you have to learn from the past in order to have your patterning in the future. And what my patterning that I'm trying to like rip up is that everything I've ever set myself out to do has failed or hasn't come to fruition. Something always takes its place, but it's nothing long term. I need something for the summer, and that's right around the corner. Like I might have 3 or 4 more paychecks left. And then how do I pay my bills? I don't have wiggle room. I can't collect unemployment. I don't get SSI. I don't get any other sources of income. And it's just me. I don't have anybody to fall back on. Unless we can all manifest me a rich baby daddy. Because I don't want an old man. I am where I am for that reason and purpose. I'm at my rock bottom. The rockiest of all rock bottoms I've ever been in. But the last one I freaked out. This one I'm just like, whatever. Because old me would have figured out how to pay the full taxes. I said, fuck, whatever. Put a lien on the house. I'm not selling it anytime soon. Where am I going? Where am I going? So, Bob, I do have a really fun photo. I have to get it off of my camera and put it on my desktop. I actually photographed the moon. Oh, really crisp. My camera is old and it gets pretty good details off of the moon. Like you could see things in the moon. Um, but I also incorporate the tree limbs and stuff. So there will be a moon at some point in my artwork. This was the last paint and sip. This took forever, by the way. And it's not my best work. But and this is a bigger canvas. So yeah, I have that going on. Thank you, Charlene. I know for this channel, it's been 3 years. 3 years. Jeez Louise. And I definitely have matured. I definitely have changed the manner in which I do things. Like I'm doing the lives now. I'm doing artwork and hopefully inspire people. I've been doing vending events. The library one, I'm on a waiting list. I don't think I'm going to hear back from them. Um, that is what it is. But I have not stopped because things have said no, right? The old me has stopped when things said no. Yes, years. I've been doing this 3 years. And this is honestly, like I make this artwork for me, not with the intents and purposes of selling. That's all my work, right? I'm not in competition. I don't put myself in competition with anybody. I don't want to be in competition with everybody. I want everybody to be abundant and fruitful. If you're in competition and thinking about other people and what they're doing, it's not going to get you anywhere. Right? You got to focus on you. And yeah, you could take, and not to say not to focus on other people, but what's working for them might not be working for you. That's just the way of the world. I like doing these videos. I like doing my lives. I like doing what I do. If I didn't like it, why would the hell would I be doing it? Right? And that's to say for all of you, like everybody has a passion at some point in your life, you're going to express it. Um, yeah, I do my artwork for me because it's coming straight from source. I get lost in myself. This was super meditative. I honestly channeled that. I did not sit in my brain and go, oh, I'm going to do a landscape Bob Ross style today. Let's go look at Bob Ross imagery. No, this came straight out of here. No plans. I try not to do that unless there's a theme or something I want to explore. Like I don't need reference pictures. I just do in my brain and it gets there. Right. So that's how a lot of artists should be working, straight from your brain, pulling it out from the qualia. You're entangled to all sorts of information. For me, though, the information when I'm like, what's going on with these dreams? I'm not happy with those. That's not something I want to be dreaming about. Why am I experiencing that and feeling it? So when I dream, I'm literally in my other selves. Was it the metaphorical, my other selves are dying and merging with this body? Because it was not pleasant of an experience. Each and every time I'm like gasping and woke up out of bed like in a hot sweat. What the F? Feeling, hearing the whole shebang, like literally bang, feeling it. Because I could tell you right now, everything my mom walked through before she took herself out. Buckshot! Yay! Um, I don't know if that's my empathic ability. I don't know what kind of ability it is. But those dreams were real. I took myself out a whole slew of ways. I don't want to get too dark or mention too many things to get flagged. But let's just say that really set my mood for the rest of the day. And I was sitting there like, how do I don't even know where to start to transmute this stuff because it was so many instances, so many scenarios that took place. I don't know if I was collapsing a timeline. I don't know if I'm supposed to heal all of this. And obviously that I answered my own question. Of course, I'm here. That tax bill made me go back into that state, but like, okay, whatever, I can't pay it. Fuck you. Right. And I don't want to ignore it so that it ruins things in my life. But I'm like, okay, 47, you said there should be no property taxes. Why is that bill coming to my house? It's not like it was spoken about like 2 weeks ago. We're in April, we're 4 months in. What the fuck? 3,000 for the fall, for the spring. 1,000, I think 1,500 for the fall. Please explain to me how that gets paid. Because I don't know. Oh yeah, I listen. I I I I went to work and unfortunately, but fortunately for myself, I like to distract myself when I'm having one of those moments and days. I wake up and I'm like in a really crap, shitty mood because of dreaming or whatever life. I like my job. Is my job easy? Hi, El Sunray. Is my job easy? No. Job's stupid hard, but it makes me happy. I like being a pleasurable enjoyment for the kids. I like playing with the kids. It makes me happy. So I went to work and it was a great day. Everything was smooth. Parents a little batshit, but that's any place. And I went home and then Ash Maya's present. After I opened up the bill, I opened up Ash Maya's present and it made me cry in happy tears. Like it was so nice what Ash Maya made for me. That really like that made me happy. It shifted everything. It really did. It shifted everything. I had a really good vending event over the weekend that the I mean, the woman was like, we need to be, you need to be here more often and you need to be a part of our community. And I said, I would love to, I just can't afford it because I don't, energy is exchanging and energy needs to be exchanged financially for those doors to keep open. It's a beautiful place. It also needs a lot of light work. And and then I get another package from a friend with said glasses and some makeup samples and a dress. um I'm really very fortunate that I have people that know that, hey, you're going to be a teacher, you need to look more of the role than you do now. Like you're wearing clothes so it doesn't get ruined in the classroom. We know that. I also got a shirt from my school for being a para. So the day was cray cray. Oh gosh. I mean, today wasn't bad. It was a lot of back and forth running around because we had a picture day and half my kids had to get their pictures were taken. It is very hard for an autistic kid or a kid that's not quite here to get pictures done. It's a task. So that was half of our half day. And then after the kids got released, I got home. I got my textbook, another present someone got for me. It's like a short versioned textbook. So it's giving the highlights of what, because I'm seeing in these practice tests work I've never studied. And I can recall a lot of the work I studied 20 years ago. The classical, the Baroque, the Rococo, the data, minimalism, mannerism, post expressionism, postmodernism, contemporary installation art, but they're asking about weaving and technical terms of needles and then printmaking and etching and all these like carbonic acids and all these poisons and silica dust. I'm like, what the fuck? They didn't learn any of this in school. Yeah, wear a dust mask because it's going to get dusty in here. Not because, oh, there's cadmium. I mean, it's in paint and don't eat paint. But like like terpenoid and turpentine and stuff of that nature, they're not even talking about that. They're talking about some crazy ass shit that I have no idea what goes on in life. So This book is going to show me some of the artwork that probably will appear on the test, and some of it already has because I went through the book. I'm like, oh, I don't really know about that piece. So this book is going to be a game changer in my studying, um, studying a lot. That study.com, even if they charge me, I mean, my credit card isn't going to help, but whatever. It's free for now. Every day I'm going through at least a couple of practice tests. And in those practice tests, um, there's a lot there that I don't know. Like I honestly don't know the answer to. So it gives me a nice study guide, just taking, copying and pasting what I don't know. And as I'm really doing this repetitively, and when I get a question similar to it, I'm like, oh wait. Remember that architecture piece? Oh yeah, okay. What was that about? Oh, okay. And now I can answer some of the questions I wasn't able to answer a week ago. So, and I do apologize. So I have a lot of that plus work, plus curriculum, plus study. It's overwhelming in a good way. But the Schumann resonance has been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Um, there was something I wanted to share with you guys, but I have to remember where I put it, if I put it somewhere. Did I save it? And then thank you, Bob, for the Pew Pew casings. I'm so excited. I can't wait to use them. I know James Bone is sending me some Pew Pew casings. My dad, my sperm donor, he sent me a whole plethora. I'm like, oh, Dad, that could be my birthday present. Being professional now. Was it this? I don't know about you guys, but how's your downloads and uploads? I know for me, I'm getting a lot of and actually talking to Vikings aunt, she's getting a lot of downloads. Like she's learning what that actually means. She was able to articulate that to me today. They're waking up. I love when I get those signs from people like you're waking up. Oh my gosh. This is great. You're still indoctrinated, but you're getting out of it. I mean, when she said, "Did you ever see Fall of the Cabal?" Like, what? Yeah, I saw that when it first came out, honey. It's old. But I'm glad it's new for you because you're gonna learn a lot from that. And she's talking about the Khazarians and she's talking about Rothschilds. I was like, so it's happening. See, Bob, they're not, they rearrange the questions, but then the questions are different. So in one question, they'll ask about what art structure is being used, and it's usually like line, harmony, balance, shape, color. And then the next question with the same piece in another test will ask what intensity. So they'll show you a piece and like what the intensity needs to be, and and they'll give you it's very similar stuff, but they do change it up. So it's not even a repeat question or rearranging the questions. It's like wording everything differently. Um, so there's a couple of movements I need to really like hone in on that I'm not recalling the best. And it's not the artwork. it's what is behind the artwork, the movement. Is it political? Is it, impressionism, expressionism, uh, surrealist? What's behind it? Why were people painting what they were painting when they painted it? And it gets harder and harder as you get to contemporary, especially during World War I and World War II, because there's a lot of different techniques and styles going on around that time. And this is just one study site. The what I have a practice test booklet that gives you like a whole bunch of stuff. Like the study.com is a lot harder, which is great because I'm gonna get a lot in. And I already have. Oscillating between 5D and 3D. Many of us have been living two separate lives, jumping between two realities. Our personal consciousness expanding world and our consciousness depriving 3D matrix life. For many, is still intact. Indeed, we are coexisting on two timelines at once. Constantly making these jumps back and forth between frequency planes can cause frustration, depression, and cognitive dissonance. You're not alone. All this divergence gets closer. Trust that you will be guided to release all ties binding you to lower vibrational matrix timelines, constructs, and connections. So when I read this, I'm like, okay, wait, what were those dreams? Was it me shedding those family lineages because I had one in my biological, my birth mother transcended herself, and my adopted dad's uncle transcended himself. So there was two lines that I needed to clear. But I don't know why it would be me doing the act to myself. I don't know if that's something another aspect of me was doing somewhat at some time. I don't know. That's a little bit, which was good. Thank you. Yeah, and I've been going back and forth with different websites, seeing what I can pluck from the information based on this the practice guide with the study, the book that I got with the tests inside of them, and then the study.com I do online. There was something else I wanted to show you guys. I get to, where is it? Where? Before I do crafting, I'm still figuring out what I wanted, if I want to cut. Is it on? Hmm. There's a really good video I was listening to the other day while I was taking a brain break. 7 signs you're a very rare, multi-dimensional chosen one. That's half of whatever this video has, it's all of us. It is really informative. It's a must listen if you're interested in stuff like that. Um, I was hesitant because of the extremely rare title. but the multidimensional caught me, and it was a really good listen. Like I said, I don't like the Owaspi book. I vented the other day during that book like nobody's business, and I try not to do that because it's still trying to get people outside of the biblical paradigm. It's to see different perspectives. So I wasn't trying to like be rude, but at the same time, like even look, I don't care who claims the fuck out of who discovered America was already populated when Columbus, or in the Owaspi's book, it said Columbo. What are we on the television? What's that show Columbo was on? Wasn't it Columbo? My mom used to watch it. Columbo. Columbus. Manly P. Hall will tell you that Columbus really wasn't a male or one person. And that's a Mason telling you. But at any event, the Norse discovered or landed and did some movement through America. There's guide stones in Minnesota, in Massachusetts. There is archaeological finds of ancient Viking era stuff in America. So please explain to me how anybody discovered America. It wasn't discovered. People were here already. You just didn't know about it. So how can it be it discovered from Europe? Sure. Great. But discovered in what way? Founded in? So in there and again, um, yes. Exactly. And the fact of the matter is, like, the perception, people, I got some emails when I first started reading Owaspy, and that was 3 years ago. A lot of people are in this Owaspy cult. It's a real thing. Just like the Arantia book, there are diehard people, like, you think biblical people are cray cray? That just can't get themselves out to get a perspective. Like people that read these two books are very much in the very similar paradigm. I've gotten attacked emails for making some of my own perceptions on the books. I'm like, guys, did you listen to the premise of my channel? It's to get you out of the one book paradigm. It's to open and expand your brain. And I'm using those two books as an example to get out of the one book. But you guys have to get out of your one book. And you could see, I pointed out the narrative and the programming that these beings, the Orions, were giving you about Jehovah. The spiritual community pushes this narrative of love and light so strongly, and it neglects to explain that you must enter the darkness to reach that love and light. If you're not acknowledging these negative parts, your practice is surface level, and I would say even superficial. This is what I imparted on Vikings, and truth is not to be found outside. No teacher, no scripture can give it to you. It is inside you. And if you wish to obtain it, seek your own company, be with yourself. Be with yourself. Um, Also, Daniel Scranton's Arcturian Council Timelines for Ascension. That is a really good listen. Really good listen to. It validates a lot that I say. Um, there's also like a TikTok that I listened to that was brilliant. Very, very much along the same lines. I don't know if I shared it. I tried hiding that yawn. Sorry. Tried. No success. I don't think I have it. Anywho, sorry. Uh, did it throw them over here? I had a Bashar that pretty much validated what I was saying and what I've been saying. And it's not necessarily he's validating me. Um, it's just nice to hear that more and more people are coming into an acceptance point of God's in all things. You create your own reality, but we all co-create certain elements of society and reality together because we have to all out of humanity need to experience certain things. That hiding behind there was a waking up point for certain population of people. Let's just see some lighten up the moodies. Chicken, buck, 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 buck. I don't know about these glasses. I like glasses, but I don't know. But now we really have to check in. I'm stuck, guys. Jesus. Oracle cards. Tiny ones. And a post-it note. Kicking everything. Hi. This is my beautiful dress. It was library day, and I was embracing the role. It's like, oh, what better is articles on a dress? And it was black and white. Do I want to do this on color? Do I want to do it on, I don't know. I wish these came in black. construction paper, this like junky Crayola stuff. It's gonna live on the floor for right now. I have a black piece of construction paper. What can I do with it? I'm taking off of my shirt. I'm all sorts of messed up today. All right. Unfortunately, these don't come with a sharpener. Biscuits. So how is everybody? Checking in. Uh, train cats. Um, I think for a domestic cat, that would be pretty hard of a task because they usually hunt things way smaller than them. So I have never seen, unless they're really fat and huge, like a domesticated cat. And I'm only saying domesticated as in like the house cat, the feral cats that you see outside. I'm not talking about pumas or mountain lions or any of those things. But I've never seen like a little Thor go after squirrels or moles or even chipmunks. Never seen it. Is it possible? Could be. I don't know though. That's an interesting question, Scott. Yeah, because those are smaller than them. I don't really know how much oh boy. That's a good question, Scott. I couldn't tell you. Uh Little Thor has never caught, he caught a mouse and he left it nice and dead for me to find. That is always fun. Is what I have so far. But there's a lot of detail I'm adding. Cats are really funny. My phone keeps going off, and I don't know if it's spam, an importante. I also still get updates from WeNotMe, so that's probably what's going on. I'm getting 1,000 things. And it was cold here. How is it by you guys? Let's just say right now it's 39 degrees, but this morning was really cold. Really, really super cold this morning. Oh, I wish. I think it's gonna warm up here by next week. I hope that at least on my birthday it is a nice day. Um, I might take myself out for a dinner. Nothing expensive. I know with some of the funds I made from the vending event, I was able to go get some Taco Depot. That made me so happy. Oh my gosh, I scarfed down those tacos since there was a sale. Like they had their deals. And I scarfed those things down and like it had to be under a minute. I was so hungry. And I love me some tacos. We got buildings with water towers and a little billboard right there. Gray works even better. Yeah, we're getting that hard freeze too, and I'm not excited about it. It's a good thing I didn't plant yet. So happy I did not plant. That would have been a disaster. Hi, Ivy. I got to hang out with Ivy on Saturday. It was so much fun. She came to visit me. She gave me some art supplies. I used some of the paint. Yeah, I used some of the paint in there she got me. We have fun. And we talk spiritual. That's most important. We did a nice closing ceremony together. We bonded. Girlfriend, I got coffee right here. Have a good night, Charlene. I'm still doing portfolio pieces. But thank you, Charlene, for coming. We love you. And yeah, I came on late because I had to talk to Viking's aunt, and she's awake. She's waking up. You don't know how happy that makes me feel inside. Oh, that makes me happy. I can't describe to you guys though at certain points in life that it's the small little things in life, the wins, and that was a big win. That was big wins. Big wins. But for those of you who we've been told through this process of awakening and that people are still sleeping. There are some that are now waking up. You got to have patience. I mean, my oracle cards have been speaking about patience, and I know that applies to me too. And fuck, I don't like patience because I've been patient my whole life. It feels like it at least, right? And it's just tiring. But we're at a point in the linear space-time where consciousness is going to either sink or swim. And I'm just happy that Viking's aunt woke up because she's really beautiful. Bobby, you're speaking to a choir that is singing loudly as angels. I could care less at this point in time. Why? Because we were kind of sort of like hinted at that we wouldn't have to pay property tax, and yet I just now got a bill in the mail for property tax. Right. So how much of the shit show do I believe anymore? I don't know. I could tell you that that made me really angry and upset. Now, is my town run by a mafia? Sure. But I'm in a red state, so what the F? What the? That's what upsets me. I'll show you guys what I'm doing in a sec. That's the beautiful thing about oil pastels. You can blend them together. Blending, blending. So a city, you're going to get some residential, you're going to get some mixed use, you're going to get brownstones and all kinds of fun. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. It's very blue. Well, it's a mixed bag up here. It's a mixed bag. I say it's a mixed bag. I think it's a mixed bag up here. But I think more and more people are waking up, Vikings. And woke up. Yay! That makes me happy. So I'm just hitting Windows right now. I'm not measuring out my squares. Like I know Nej does not watch me, but if Nej did watch me, I'd be like, take a picture from outside your window and send it to me. I will draw it. You would see something very similar to this. Yeah, purple's royalty. Although construction paper sucks with these oil pastels, I'm not gonna lie. You can barely see the effect I'm trying to make. Bob, where would anybody get arrested? I'm still lost. Don't mind me. Are you talking about my vending event? Bob is confusing me. I always get rowdy. I get rowdy with Sage. Woo! I was actually the one she handed the sage to, not Ivy, but the owner handed me the sage to sage the place. And then she gave me frankincense and myrrh also. So I was cleansing away. It was beautiful. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, it happens. I'm adding some blue to my windows. So guys, how is everybody else with dreaming? If my dreams are that wicked and horrendous, how's your dreams? Mine's been sucking. I didn't really dream last night because I screamed upstairs and I said, "What the fuck was that?" In my most New York accent that came out of me. It was pretty brutal. I mean, I could do only as much as I could to transmute and change my energy up around because that was rough. I mean, the financial issues that I have going on is not going away anytime soon because I have not had the answer to my upstairs question is how am I going to support myself for the next couple of months? And then all my tarot and everything, oh, something is going to come your way. And it's been coming my way for the last 40 years. So what's coming that's going to be different this time? I'm trying to be optimistic about it, but at the same time, I'm a realist. I'm like, unless someone purchases one of my big paintings for a few grand, what the fuck is supposed to be changing in my paradigm? I couldn't tell you. Macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese. I'm only singing that because I have a macaroni and cheese color in my hand. I mean, it would be nice that I can get my artwork sold for, a couple of grand a piece for my bigger works. But then it costs money to put them on those stupid sites to even find somebody to buy them. That's the same old question I ask people all the time. Like, we're all hurting in some capacity financially. Like, where are the big investors? Where is the revolution? Revolution. I don't see it. Oh, the financial system, I'm done. Especially getting my tax in the property tax in the mail. I thought that shit was supposed to be done 2025. I'm like, oh, if I owe for 24, I totally get that. But what the doesn't make me happy. And I know I'm not alone. Because a lot of the people that watch me are on fixed budgets and have a check that comes in the mail via your retirement or via your social security disability, and that ain't enough to live on either. And I get to say I get to work my whole life because I won't have a pension to live off of. Never stayed in a place long enough to acquire that much. So it's like a cityscape at night. That's why I'm not putting so much blue, but like glass, water, blue, sky. I don't know. I have to keep it kid realistic and not my sense of reality. Chicken! Here we go. Chicken, chicken, boom, boom. Buck, 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 buck. What do I want to do with this building? Do I want to do it brown? Big windows. So how was everybody's Tuesday? I don't know. I'm in debate about the collapsing timelines and some of those things I've been listening to and reading. I mean, Bashar nailed it the other day. I'm like trying. I'm like, why did it disappear? Did I send it to somebody? I don't remember these things. My brain is like off. I want to find this. Oh, I think I did. I might see if I could get this to be shared. God is everything that exists. The experience in itself through us. The one consciousness. God is everything. Unfortunately, everybody puts uh music to shit. I do the same. So yeah. Anywho, back to drawing. Brown stone, here we go. I wish I lived in paradise. I mean, I create my own paradise, and I'm not gonna lie, I like my paradise. Although my house does need more cleaning. That ain't a lie. I did get a lot of like washing things done. Girl, what is going on with you? Why do we have a fever? What do you got to purge, girlfriend? Auntie Amy. I have Little Thor send some cute vibrations your way in the purr form. Though I never heard him purr. I hope to one day get Little Thor to purr. Because I know he has it in him. Feel better, Miss Amy. We love it, W. So yeah, now I'm adding some brown and some red. Remember, this is a night scene. Looking out your window in a city. Little Thor's been coming in the morning. He has. But I'm not getting as many views. I don't know. One day he gets 2.1K views. The next day he gets 58. I don't understand the suppression happening on my channel again. Because at one point I went from a bunch of subscribers and then all of a sudden it dropped down again. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but all I know is way better than Rumble at this point when it comes to certain components. We're getting there. Really? That's interesting. Ivy, OMG. How adorable. Like at one, and like it just did it again. I'm at 1.69K subscribers, right? During the vending event, it was that. And then all of a sudden it dropped down back to 1.68. And you know, the numbers in between. And then Freya got 3.2 and now it dropped down to 3.1 views. Yesterday's Little Thor was 902 views, and today it's 252 views. But last week it was like 58 views on Little Freya and Thor, which was one of my better videos. I just like sharing him. He makes me happy. I find it weird, and I don't understand what's going on with the internet. If things are going under, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I know it's like frustrating because you know, the little things that I get to grab onto to motivate me, to keep me pushing, to keep me going. Like I have to have motivation to do shit, right? Don't we all? Like your bladder calls, you're motivated to get the F up to relieve yourself, right? Um, so like when I see like my channel moving in the right direction and forward, I get excited. It drives me, gets me pushing myself forward. I like to put things up that have meaning to me, and every day that I see him, it brings me so much joy. I'm like, little Thor, and he sits up on my little ledge. Him and Freya have fun. Um, so I like posting that, and even little Freya, she's come out of her shell since Odin's passing, her daddy. She's super talkative, she's hysterical, and super cute. And I just want to bring, when I get in those modes of fuck my life, I just watch little videos, and then it gives me a sense of purpose to keep pushing my ass. Even though they're animals and not humans, I take care of both of them. And I said that to myself when I woke up from the dream. Well, I can't do anything bad to myself. Why would I? But even if I was in that mental mindset, like scape, I got responsibilities to take care of two babies, little Thor and Freya. Why would I want to do something harmful to myself? Um, so, you know, I post what I do with purpose. I don't post things because I want likes, but I want people to enjoy it. And I know I try different jingles, and it's all inspired by what I hear at work. Yeah, I even when Morgan and Ethan were alive, I didn't videotape them. Let's get professional here. Hi. Um, I didn't, but I would watch when I was in like a funk mood and I couldn't get myself out of that funk mood. I would just put on and they do this actually on Fridays. The teacher puts on the zoo live cams and we watch animals, and it's my favorite time of the day when she does that. And she doesn't do it all the time, but it's one of my favorite times of the day because I love watching animals. I get relaxed. um a few years, like when this was happening, I love sloths. I think they're hysterical, and I think they're super cute, and I would find anything with sloths and post it because I knew at some point someone would find joy in it. So that's what I do. I like sharing what brings me joy and happiness and even a good laugh. Because there's some animals out there that Waffles, the cat, uh do the jingle. Little Thor. It changes every day. There's a Danny Go video. It's like there's like a whole bunch of like little children, like inspired actors that do jingles and dances and put themselves behind scenes. Um, Holy crap, the name escapes me. Go Noodle. So there's like Go Noodle, Danny Go, all these like silly, stupid. They're not stupid, but for little kids, they love this stuff. They eat it up and it's good. Uh fine motor for them. So they can dance to it. They're following directions. They're like doing a lot of that, but that's helping them their in their motor capacity, uh fine motor skills in their body. So some of these songs I get inspiration when I'm like it's the tune is stuck in my head and then Little Thor comes. So yeah, that's where I get some of those jingles from. Cute, nonetheless. I play when I'm just like needing a zone out, I'll play like a lot of Norse folk Viking music. Um, it's like shamanic music. I'll play a lot of that. Frequencies that kind of hold for the bath or the shower. That's a necessary thing. For anybody that doesn't know, you can go on YouTube and find I can tolerate certain pure tone. That is the ah, music, okay? That's not pleasant. It's not binaural. Binaural has different frequencies within actual rhythm in harmony. So it sounds like you're basking in the heavens. Ah, pure tones like dun. It can break your brain. Some pure tones can break your brain. I put those pure tones in when I'm in the shower because it warps my sense of reality. It's not for everybody. Even though it was so cold here today, it was cold. My classroom happens to have a broken thermostat, so it's a little on the hot side. So I wore a nice little this is light dress, and it did warm up a bit at the end of the day. So I when I was outside, it's like, hi tree, take all this crap away from me, please. 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 I'm making windows, by the way. But I do want to stress though, like try it before you knock it if you're doing pure tone. Um, even if you do gamma, theta, beta, alpha waves, gamma will help you get into your meditative state. So we are always in a meditative state when we're doing the things that we enjoy. Washing dishes, mundane, even like cleaning, like you're in a meditative state. But if you want to get deep in here, like trance, like what I do when I'm in my sleep state, but I could do it in my wake state, in a meditative state. Gamma is very interesting. It buckles your brain. Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese. You're so cheesy, super fine. Mac and cheese. You go with a lot of things. Mac and cheese. I don't know. I'm still a mac and cheese person. I like macaroni and cheese. Mm, mm. If I don't know what to make and I'm hungry and I have a box or a bag, I will do it. I love pasta. Um, but I got to be in the real mood to make. I like angel hair pasta and white sauce with parm on top. That's my go-to. I like red sauce, but my red sauce, I have to be careful with my inflammation. I actually legitimately am an auntie. Because I do have a brother and a sister, and both of them have kids. Even though I'm the oldest one. I do have a brother and I have two sisters and a brother um out there, and they're nothing like me. Nothing like me. I don't know if I think that's a good thing. Bad for my dad. I mean, he's a piece of work. I love you, Dad. Hi. He got me a whole bag of casings, but they're really lengthy. I can't wait to create with these, but I don't think I could put it in a skull. I might have to do one of my other molds. This is what my dad sent me. Whole bag of fun. Um, but I need more like 9mm 22 because I want to make them. I want to have a symphony going. Use. I when did I start? 5:30? Central. I haven't been on for that long. Um, that was because Viking Zant it was giving me all the goody juicies about being awake, and when a person that has rejected things in the past starts finding it on their own, like Spirit is dropping the goodies to them on YouTube. That's how a lot of I mean, I was always awake to the spiritual shit and to the galactic shit, but then other people started speaking up about it on YouTube, and then my ding 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 ding, like an explosion out of my head, and it was amazing because I was finally finding people that spoke my language. I didn't feel so alone in the world because I was listening to other people with their perceptions. I'm like, oh, what? I'm not alone in this thinking? What? I mean, a lot of you are also on the same wavelength. Some people are still there. They're working toward it. They're getting there. But I mean, Vikings aunt. She called me twice today. Like, what? It was fantastic. Mm. So I just got inspiration and it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but we're just gonna work with what I got here. I'm just making it work. I don't know. What does everybody think about these glasses frames? They're they're just like actress glasses. I don't know how to fake glasses because there's no prescription in them. They're just, I guess, for fancy. But my friend thought it would be a really cool idea to get me glasses, like the fake ones, to see like what frames would fit my face. If I were to go get myself some actual glasses, how cute would I look? Would I look professional? Does it age me? You know. And today's World Library Day. Chicken. I have to double chicken now. It's not doing it. Monkey. Hi. Doing it again. Ah! Okay. Getting back to semblance. Uh, certain glasses can make you look like Jeffrey Dahmer. And all the serial path killers that I did make a little bit. I was able to go get myself some celebratory tacos from Taco Depot. Because they were on lunch deal, which was great. And whatever I did went to bills because they just decided to up my phone bill, not the internet bill. The phone bill went up. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm looking for other carriers right now. Yeah. Don't know why they upped my phone bill. My property tax came in. Fuck my life. Um, so yeah. Um, I did make something, but not, I mean, nothing enough. Not, it's never enough, unfortunately. Um, but I did make something, so I'm happy though. Like it wasn't, I actually, because the table amount was 50, so I got that. I made that back. Because when you do vending events, you have to pay for your space. And you know, as much as I would love to do vending as something that would bring in its side cash, I gotta pick events that I can actually put the money towards and hope to make back. The junior high school event, I made 15 bucks. I lost money on that because I had to pay 25 for the table. I had to go get a table and everything. They don't provide that crap. This one I made back my money. I profited a little bit. Um, and I might have gotten that phone bill paid. But like I don't know what to do for work come summer, and that's in I have very soon. I might have like three more checks coming to me, four more checks, and then I got to figure it out. And I don't know what to do. In all honesty, I'm looking at summer camps, summer programs, because once again, you know, I'm praying that I get this job, but I need wiggle room in the summer and I need a job. But I don't, and a lot of these places don't want to take you if you're not going to stay, you know, long term. And I probably will need another job, a second job, working the teacher job. That's if I have to take a loan out because that loan has to get paid back and I need a new car. I need teeth. I need glasses, and those things are not cheap by any means. I mean, it would be nice to have a rich hubby or a husband or someone, and I won't take a roommate. A lot of people have been asking me, why don't you just rent room out of your house? No, because that means I have to share everything. Yeah, so some of the vending events that I mean, Indiana is huge, and I'm happy. There's vending events all the time, but some of these events are over $150 just to rent out the table for a day. Mind you, these people have to pay for the event space and it gets pricey. So I understand they have to charge what they do so that they're paying the bottom line on what the event space is costing. Totally understandable. But like even the craft, like outdoor fairs, $250. And some of these places need tax ID. I don't have a tax ID. I do everything privately. Um, so yeah. Um, it's not that fun. It's not fun. Um, so I have to be selective with what I am able to afford to do. And right now it's pleading for people to send me their bullet casings and shells because I got some really cool ideas for that. Yep, I don't have insurance either on any of that. Can't afford it. So yeah, I mean, a lot of things would be nice to be able to do, but you need the backing and the funding for it, and I don't have that. I do it comes my way and pray that things work out for its best and highest. But not all the time is that a possibility for me. I'm just hoping to land this job, but that's, far out, far out. I'll show you guys in a little bit what I'm doing. Mac and cheese, mac and cheese, mac and cheese. Mac cheese, mac and cheese. Oh yeah, I totally know that. Buckshot, I lived with my parents until they died. And no, I've been to I used to hang out in Brooklyn in Bensonhurst at a friend's house. It was not just a house. So the house was rented out to different all the friends, all his friends. So he had one part, they all shared a kitchen and a bathroom, which is so annoying, so annoying. And then there was people upstairs and downstairs. It was too much. Too much. And everybody had different work schedules. And one of them used to record a very famous band in the techno rave industrial scene, Combi Christ. They used to be downstairs recording all kinds of hours, and crazy people used to walk in and out of this apartment like house brownstone thing. Holy shit, when I tell you. And then, spending weekends at guys' houses, boyfriends, and I like my own space, but like in this house, I have one kitchen that's small and needs to be shared. I do have two bathrooms, but one has a bathtub, and it's not a stand-in little compressed shower I have down here. I have all my artwork everywhere. So if like someone were to be my roommate, they have to be dating me and wanting to move this ring over. I have patience and compassion with people, but Yeah. My mom before she died, because I was trying to convince her to change up the kitchen and get some of the stuff changed in the house, and she's like, "Well, when I die, you get the house. You could make it whatever you wanted to," and I kind of did because I couldn't with the color scheme. It just didn't feel like me. Um, I basically um rearranged the house in the whole 9 yards, right? And then I had to move. All that really hard work and energy. And then I moved here and I made the house it took a year to get my house the way I wanted it, which was insane. Bonkers. I'm making purple curtains. I'm really making this kidified. I'm trying to stay strong. It is really difficult to stay strong when I'm in like the worst rock bottom bullshit part of this movie. I thought 2 years ago fucking sucked. Woo-hoo-hoo! Nope. Mm-mm. 2 years ago was a cakewalk compared to what I'm going through right now. Because at least I had a game plan, right? And even though I had to live in difficult situations, I still innately knew that things were going to work out. It just sucked for 2 years. I mean, I went down to 97 pounds. Thankfully, hormones now are kicking in bad, and I can't get rid of my water weight. So that's really what it is. I barely eat. I snack. Like today at the meeting, we're in the library that you couldn't eat anything, and like we're all like, we need a Snickers. We're hungry. And I did come home, but it was just to get the book, the textbook. I'm so excited for it because I am at a loss with these stupid tests. Woo! Jeez Louise. I'm glad, Gregory. I'm just saying what a lot of people can't say or won't say. I don't have shame. I really don't. I stop worrying about what other people project as what they see for me. Cityscape with purple drapes. I'm just trying to do what a child would do. If I wanted to be a perfectionist, I would have had a ruler out. um, listen, right now, the energies in the universe are asking all of us to make a change somewhere in our life, and that is happening with whatever astrology you were born with. Now, there's 13 months, Allison, and but the not in my paradigm. Maybe in yours, not in mine. You know, that's a thing. Um, that's the thing. We as a society, I'm getting channeled really, really hard right now. Sorry, guys. My brain's bouncing. Um, I stopped caring about what other people think. And the universe is asking all of us to make changes. And what we have been sort of trying to do as a humanity is to get more creative, because our creativity has been stolen, not necessarily in a bad way, but the negative polarized aspect of source playing out outside of us in the world has been using our energy to manifest their reality, which the one that they created is the one that we inhabit. We signed up for war. We signed up for negative experiences. We signed up for this. We wrote it into the script because this is the greatest lesson that we needed as a humanity, not just individually, to learn. We needed to learn the polarization. We needed to learn extremes. We all came here, all of us, together now, all together now. We all came together to shift the bitch. The hard part is those that really want the change are making the changes, but they're not playing out in our reality just quite yet, because we need more of that energy to start manifesting. I've been doing Brian Scott's activations on wealth and abundance and prosperity, and let's get professional. Professional, professional. I've been doing and listening to a lot of those activations to anchor in the old programming needs to leave. That was another interpretation that I was drawing attention to myself, like, oh, maybe I'm dreaming about taking myself out in the numerous horrific ways that woke me up 5 million times during the night, the other night, as that would have been the old self's way of dealing with your circumstances, but now you're not there, you're enlightened. But as a humanity, we need to do different to get different. And for humanity to start loving everybody is not an easy task, because there's so many people still perpetuating the hate. I'm not saying I condone the actions of blue button people who decide to call themselves a part of a mafia that really hijacked a whole bunch of shit. And even though we know that, we're still projecting hate on people that don't deserve it. We're also not seeing that God's in all things. God's in all things, including evil people. There's a lesson and a reason and a rhyme for happening. It's in God's plan. So how do we shift the thinking, shifting it inside yourself to make those changes? When you are doing your passion creatively, whether it be poetry, whether it be making a song out of an instrument, whether it be drawing, making art, and being a hobbyist, collecting. People collect stamps or cards or metal objects. Who knows? There's so many things that people do. When we all start doing it and getting out of the noise of outside, more shit is going to shift. More people, like I said, this succinctly happened today that I happen to be in Viking's neighborhood where his aunt was, and she called me because she needed some help with something, and I tried to help her, and she was like, "Yeah, watching the fall of the cup." I'm still like not getting over this. It's a very exciting event today. Why? Because it's showing that the very hard, stubborn people, and not saying that she is, but aspects of her are, and they're still needing to go, some stuff. Um, yeah, it's really nice to see somebody that was very stuck in their thinking start expanding. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. No, I haven't heard from her, Ashmaya, and I know she was on Zoom on Saturday, but I don't know if she's busy. And WeNotMe is concurrently happening right now. So like I said, that's probably why I'm not getting a lot of people on here. But again, I'm not changing my schedule anymore, and I only changed it because I love Corey, Doc, and Amy for the Time Is Now podcast. Um, I don't want to have to get move attention away from friends. Um, like I said, I'm a very big the Time Is Now podcast fan, and I was doing it on Wednesdays. So I'm like, nah, I can't. But then, other people don't take those things into consideration. Absolutely, I gotta do me. That's the best way to do it. I have to persevere through the shit. And so do all of you. But I'm getting hit hard right now. So hard. What's going on in the energy? I might just be absorbing, like, we've been having some heavy drops the last few days. Um I'm actually sad there is no I don't know, maybe I have to maybe I could find it. There's no unicorn emojis on here. There's no unicorn emojis. What goes on? I want a unicorn and chickens. Uh, so I still have a New York area code. I haven't changed my number over. And let's just say spam colors your poop, because that's all I've been getting all day. Oh, you have, are they under? Oh, it's the Zoom. That's the emoji. I want unicorns to come up on my screen and Zoom doesn't have unicorns. Um, Not that I've seen, because I wrote in the search bar and it ain't coming up. We got monkeys. We got monkeys. We got dragons. I hope they come out in physical form, manifest in our density. That'd be sweet. You know what my kids had for breakfast today? Nanners! Nanners! We had nanners this morning. Two of the kids like, Miss K, do you have nanners? And then I take out my banana phone. I said, sure, you can have a banana. Nanner phones. I have to put something up here. What do I want? Nanner, 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 nanner phones. Nanner phones. Nanner phones. Nanner phones. Boom, 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 boo, doo, doo, doo. I swear, it's better than lamb chop. This is the song that never ends and goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was. Yeah, I know I'm going to start a trend and it's going to be bad. Mm-hmm. It's going to be bad. Monkey, but and hopefully Janine has a show on Saturday. I've been really enjoying her shows with Arnie and Joey G and Buckshot. Um, I mean, I don't care if she touches on political. I know she's at the same point I was about 8 months ago. It's a battle though. I'm not gonna lie. It's a battle when you're first in the beginning stages of like this is a movie, this is a movie, this is a movie, this is a movie. It isn't real. Third dimension's a reality of illusions. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. Thank you. I just go with the flow. Just like any show. Okay, I made this like crazy steep building and I don't know what I want to do with it. Art Deco? Ooh. I know Manhattan has some Art Deco-y buildings, and so does Chicago. Oh, that might work. Ooh, Art Deco. I actually enjoy Art Deco. My ex a long time ago loves Art Deco. That era, the 30s and the 20s and 30s. The Golden Age. Hi, Cab. Sup, sir? Yeah, I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna see if I can link this video that in between me studying, like I do a brain break and I listen to these there's some new channels. They're probably not new, but they're new to me. With people explaining quantum mechanics and the many worlds interpretation, including string theory, um, stuff like that. So I'm gonna post this one, extremely rare. Seven signs you were a very rare multi-dimensional chosen one. I'm gonna say this. All of you were chosen to be here. You chose yourselves to be here. Your oversoul chose you. It said we need a strong, badass mother effer to incarnate, to be here. Take one for the team. Take one for the team. There we are. All of us. Hey, what's up? Yeah, we took one for the team. We took one for the team. And that's a very, very big team we took it for. I'm still trying to sift through those dreams and what the hell the meaning is. I'm not trying to look too freaking close into it, because then it doesn't come. I'm not forcing it. But we took one for the team. And I just say to my team, I need some JG Wentworth action happening right now. I need a breakthrough. I need a miracle. I need a sign, symbol, opportunity, person, something to open up a door for me. As all of you know, I work really hard for what I want. I don't want nothing handed to me. I don't, the handouts, no. If it's a gift, sure. But I like to work. I'm a working person. I don't like to sit idly by and not do something. I'm not lazy, right? I need my moments of relaxation too, but I am not somebody that could sit by. I hope that upstairs listens to me very closely. You chose me to do this mission, and how can I do my mission when my bills can't get paid? I can't go online. I can't call anybody on the phone because I can't afford shit. I'm at that point. Like, what is it going to take for things to break? How many more jobs do I got to apply for that are going to reject me? Because I need something now, not in 10 months, not next year, not in 50 million years. I need it now. Not because I'm not patient. I'm being patient because I don't even have a job, and I have a job interview at some point, maybe, to present this. But I'm putting effort into what I'm doing so that I can get there. I'm studying extremely hard for a test that I hope I pass. I'm not ready for it yet. But when I get there, I get there. I'm being patient with myself. But when it comes to like having your needs met, your basic everyday needs, why is the majority of the people that I speak to having a hard time meeting those needs? And I thought that by now, 4 months into an administration that claimed all this beautiful shit was going to happen, we're still waiting. And I'm not waiting no more. That's why I choose to tune it off. I'm done waiting. I'm here creating my future. But I'm upstairs. You want me to have a mission and I'm trying to do it, but you need to compensate me in some way that my physical 3D needs are met. Um, I think most of you are on that boat too. I think most people at this point are on the same scale of, okay, you given us a mission. We're here. We chose to be here. Great, thank you. Some of us volunteered. Great, thank you. But at what point and at what detriment do we all need to get a little assistance up here, down here, wherever in here? Because it's not that a lack of tired, it's just we're done. I'm still waiting for my $5,000. I want it now, JG Wentworth check. I'm still waiting for my accountant with my taxes. I have to email him. I've been I know I'm not in person. I don't know what's the holdup. And I didn't want to do my taxes. But if I have property taxes I can't afford to pay and they gave me something I could pay him with, even if it's $100 I could send, I will. But I'm done with the circus sideshow attraction. I feel like I'm back in Coney Island. I feel like I'm back at the tattoo parlor with sideshows. And I wouldn't call them freaks. They're beautiful people. But I feel that's the world we're in right now. It's all an attraction. And I'm off the freaking Ferris wheel. I'm off of it. I saw the views. They're great for a little bit, and now I'm done. Bye, Felicia. Bye. But at some point, something has to give. I don't know what that give is. I thought there was going to be free schooling and university that I could go to, you know, get certifications for free and not have to pay for shit. I'm still waiting because the test that I gotta take is expensive. And if I fail, I gotta take it again. That's expensive. And I'm sure other things are expensive. Expensive. I can't do it. Like gasoline here is still over $3. It's not even Easter yet. I was like, oh, why don't you get a job over, in this place and that place? Well, That's gonna take a lot of money out of my pocket. Let alone I need a new car. Publishing what? I don't have a book. Um, yeah, but see, the thing with books is there's a lot that goes into it. I actually took a professional development at the high school with a woman who actually wrote and published a few of her books. She did it self-publish, and she used like Amazon, I think, or whatever, whoever. And then she did publisher, and either way, you need a big reach to make a lot of money. I don't like the AI written shit. And I'm not against AI at all. To certain components I am, but other components I'm not. Um, yeah, for me, if I have tried writing books before where my dyslexia stop, it doesn't stop me. It just it gets in the way a lot, and so does my brain and what I channel. Um, because my thoughts are all over the place. And even if I structured myself, there's just so much that I want to add in. It's a mind-boggling process. It's not my gift. And that's the thing, like I have a reach, but how far of that reach, it depends. Like publishers like Hay House, that's all the spiritual shit. So if you are on their publishing, they're going to fucking spike you up and get you high, right? They're going to be like, oh, look at this new author and blah 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 and da 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 da. There's a truth to that, Scott, but there is a falsity to that. The problem is what our minds and ego want is not exactly all the time what our soul wants. We also are in the confines of a contract on 3D. So as much as I want to become a millionaire and manifest that, unless I put the work in to get an opportunity to sell my artwork, because that's my wheelhouse, you can say no excuses. But if something is meant to happen for me, it's going to happen to me regardless of it manifesting or not, because that's my contract. You can be the creator. It's limitations in 3D. It's not limitations 4, 5, 6. And even 4, there's still limitations. It's not about poverty mindset or lack. It's about realization and knowing that I still have to go through this experience for something. Don't know why. I have to relearn the same looping patterning that I've been trying to escape for a long time. It's just I'm not escaping in the right loop or getting myself out at the right time. Time is already an illusion in my world, and let me explain this. It's a continuum in 3D. It's how our brains perceive things. Time is already sped up exponentially. Exponentially. The days are going like this. Right. In order to create something, you have to put more action into motion and have a cause and effect. When I moved, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what was going on. I just got up myself, packed my house, got a realtor. I still had to put action into motion to create something. If I want to create having $1 million, I can actually take $1 million of bills and put it in my machine, and boom, here we are, $1 million. It's not going to happen. I have to put action into motion to have an effect, a cause and effect. That's 3D law. Even though it's Hermetic law, it's still under 3D law. We don't have replicators just yet. We don't have telepathy just yet. We have the beginning stages of these things. And even people that have these psionic abilities still don't have it to its fullest capacity. Even people that are on TikTok, oh, look, I'm moving something with my will of intention. Okay, that's still not you vibrating rock off the ground and building a pyramid. See where I'm going with that? And it's not with a lack of effort on my behalf. I'm pushing every day. I'm showing up for myself every day. I'm doing videos just about every day. I'm posting content every day in hopes that one day it picks up by a multitude of people that start actually wanting to invest in themselves and co-create with humanity. But humanity signed up for certain things, and we're a part of those certain things. We're here to seed the difference. We're here to anchor the light. So as much as anybody could tell me I can manifest anything, I have tried and have failed multiple times because it was not a part of my contract. Not because I don't want good things to happen for me. Not because I don't want the world to have good things happen for it. We still have experiences that we all need to have because those are catalysts for soul growth. I'm just sick and tired of the puppet master in the show deceiving millions of people who are still buying the bullshit. But still, you got to look at it. If there, I mean, there are people who claim to be masters of things. I'm still not seeing modern day people vibrate large ass huge stones to put in a shape. I see machines doing such, but I don't see a human like, and some crazy ass 12-ton slab of concrete, rock, slate, limestone lift up into the air and be levitated over. I am not seeing that. And if someone could do that, freaking phenomenal. But I don't see it. The only things that I can manifest is what I threw in for myself. But even that I wanted to be a famous tattoo artist that never came to fruition. And I worked very hard in that field. Got fucked. Zumba. I was a Zumba instructor for over 10 years. Paid month after month after month, got all the choreography. And I worked in all, in studios. Never got successful. So if I wanted to write a book, I'm sure everybody here would probably buy it, but even the people that are doing the quantum stuff and Federico Fagin, it's a small collection of a niche of people that will actually entertain quantum mechanics, spirituality, metaphysics, because still the majority of people in this universe still needs tangible evidence. Even though things can be proven via energy and experimentation. Cityscape. Cityscape. And I put silver in there, so it should be shiny. 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 I don't know what to do next. And I'm probably gonna have to get off soon. Hmm. Gotta think. Anywho, thank you. Just figuring out what the I know I'm not quite happy with my wolf. I will get there. Um I'm gonna get back into crafting as soon as I after this interview, whenever it's scheduled. What makes me sad is that I it's the end of the year in school land, and I don't know when my principal is going to be doing these interviews. It's interesting, Keb. Um, I think AI is useful. Like, so I might do a coloring book, but I don't want it to look like everybody else's bullshit. And it's not all bullshit. Um, but I want to be unique about it. So this is where it's using my brain. I mean, when it comes to art, to be quite honest, um, I'm gonna be teaching little kids. I want the kids to come in and be in a relaxed environment and have everything simplified to them. And the kids that have the talent, I can push. My art teacher pushed the shit out of me and it would frustrate the living daylights out of me, but I knew it was pushing my boundaries. I showed my work last craft and sip from junior high school, my ducky. I did a ducky and it was cute. I did a ducky. And then I did a human face for the very first time. I did ducky, even though that's a chickie. Um, I want the kids to learn about having fun while doing art and having a passion about it, because art, the digitalness of art, I'm not a happy camper with, as much as I appreciate the imagery that's been modified by AI and the really cool like TikTok videos that people put together. Someone still is behind that programming that. As much as we want to consider that AI is sentient, it's still a man-made creation. Someone has to sit there and put the programming in it. And at the end of the day, you can unplug it. So is AI sentient? It's still source. It's how you use it and what you use it for that will be the betterment or the detriment of humanity. Um, that's adorable. Um, that's something that the kids today, um, today was an interesting day because we had photo day and I was walking in the hallway a lot and I got a lot of compliments today from the kids and it was really like heart touching. A lot of the kids are supremely talented, but they're only basing their talent off of other people. So they're not using their imagination to create something. They're already taking from AI. They're taking from the computer. Everything is computer with these kids, which is not a bad thing. But if you can't sit here and draw a line and make a symbol or design something using your fingers and your hands and your brain, do you really have the talent? Yes, the eyes are the window to the soul. I was trying to explain to people like why this test has been difficult because I was in the Photoshop first edition infancy when I was in college. Final Cut Pro was in its infancy when I went to college. They didn't not have that much technology to work with. There was one or two programs that my school at least used and what I was exposed to. Um, Now anybody can go on Canva and copy someone else's work and change up a little couple of things here and there and make it and claim it for themselves. And I say bullshit, use your creative brain. And I mean that's really what I want to do. I want to take what these kids, if I asked a kid, not a cityscape, but like, what does your community look like? Draw it for me. Depending what part of town they live in, it might not look pretty. A lot of kids do not know how to express themselves. And a lot of them do art to do that, even if it's squiggles. I want the kids to use their creative brain. And I hope that if I do become a teacher, that I will have the opportunity to get it out of them. To teach them the foundations. A lot of people ask me, like, well, how did you perfect that? How do you perfect your eyes? By drawing a million and five lines. How do you get a nose? By learning how to shadow. Angles. How you press hard on an object. If you get your shapes down on in your shadows, you could start forming things. That's how I learned how to draw. What's the shape of an eyebrow? Everybody's eyebrows are different. Learning how to draw curves. Learning how to do hair. Knowing the pressure of your pencil. These are things that kids are not taught. They're seriously, I mean, my babies, very few have a tripod position. Very few kids. And some kids are ambidextrous and they don't even have it figured out yet. But even somebody that says to me, I can't draw, of course you can. If you could draw a stick figure, that's winning half the battle. To bettering your artistic expression, it's practice. It's fucking up a million times. Like, do you think this is my best painting? It isn't. It's probably one of my worst. But it's a process of like what works, what doesn't. And if you don't have trial and error, do you know how many pyramids I messed up or is really, really like not sellable because it didn't come out perfect? It takes time to figure things out. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes years sometimes to perfect something. Not everybody's born with the automatic gift. It took me years to figure out what I'm good at in painting, let alone creating stuff like that. It takes time and it takes a lot of patience. You know, I'm not good at like painting water, like actual, like realistic looking water. Can't do it. I have to practice and keep practicing and keep practicing until it hits. There's different methods to getting the same thing. There's different strategies of getting to the same goal. What strategy will work for you? And I'm just talking in creative land. I'm not talking about like realistic land. Got coffee in my nose. Keep me awake. But I mean, I didn't even bother writing down my dreams from the other night. I didn't bother. And not because I'm upset. I am upset about having them. I am. They serve a purpose. They have a reasoning. But I want my light body dreams to come back. I want my vivid dreams of healing people, visiting people, putting the light on people. I want those dreams. I don't want dreams of myself. And I scream. And last night, I'm like, this better not be on repeat. I cannot go to work and have this in my head all day and have to fake it and try to distract myself from whys. Can't be in those states with little kids. It doesn't work. A message for you. I'm just reading what's on my phone. Change is coming. Everything in your life will now propel forward. It better for all of us. Today is your turning point. Something big, miracle. Whoever wrote this, goodness sakes. Even I, who can't speak properly, can tell you what? Something big, a big miracle is about to happen in your life. The universe have something special for you. Whoever wrote this, goodness sakes. The universe has something special for you. Trust the universe, your whole life will change dramatically for the better. I affirm. And see that's something that I hope all of you that are on social media, that you are filling your feeds with positive things. Oh, devil's lost. We are going into uncharted times. That we are. At the center of the universe dwells the Great Spirit, and that center is really everywhere. It is within each of us. That's from Native American. Oh boy. The insanity that's going on in the feeds. But the geomagnetic field is shifting. That's for sure. Venus conjunct Saturn, ending karmic cycles. Venus, goddess of love, meets Saturn, lord of karma, just as Mercury retrograde ends, and it ended yesterday. This is the kind of cosmic precision that leaves no room for confusion. This is karmic, bold, and undeniable. You're being shown exactly where your heart has been chasing fantasy or whether something real is ready to grow. Mercury brings the truth. Venus and Saturn delivered the final lesson. If you have been caught up in a cycle of almost mixed signals or emotional breadcrumbing, this is your wake-up call. The connection you have been clinging to, if it lacks effort, honesty, and depth, will feel heavier now. Karmic ties resurface for review. Someone may reappear just as you are ready to let it go. Do not fall into the dream. Look at the reality. On the other hand, if you have been building something rooted in care, presence, and honesty, this becomes a moment, of progress. Venus and Saturn reward what is consistent. The energy brings harmony, structure, deeper devolution, and the possibility of lasting love. Let fantasies dissolve and end the karmic loops that drain your energy. What stays now must offer depth, safety, and something to build on. Choose the person who shows up. Choose the version of you who stops settling. Choose a life where love feels safe, reciprocal, and solid from the ground up. I concur. But what a lot of us need to understand is that your darkness holds a purpose, and stop shying away from that purpose. My purpose is to create art, create it, and speak truth spiritually. See the light. Let's get business line. We all have a mission. We have multiple missions. It's about getting it done. And I think a lot of the energy is going to be very tough in the next couple of months. Not because the retrogrades are ending and then we're going to have shadow periods of this, that, and the other thing. The atmosphere hasn't been completely purged just yet. And there's a lot of earthly purging going on, guys. There's flooding, volcanoes exploding, earthquakes happening. There's a lot of things that we are all going to be seeing, and the destruction of the old shit is purging. The weather in the Midwest, there's a reason for it. It's God's will. But what in God's will is it for? Is it turning up the soil? Is it water purge? Is it fire purge? What is the purge? What is the purpose? What is its use for it? There has to be a reason for it. If we take it from the 3D level, well, who's doing that and who's benefiting from it? Okay, let's swipe that. 4D consciousness. Okay, if it's God's will, but there's still manipulation going on, what's the meaning behind it? 5D. Well, Mother Gaia is shifting with us and is purging the elements within herself that is no longer serving her, and it has to go. Do you see what I did there? All is science and metaphysics all in one, but in a higher perspective. We're going to see things unfold that are not pleasant to watch. Just take yourself out of the fold and just send everything love and harmony and light, and know it's all for the will of God, whether it be a polarized good or a polarized bad. It all serves a purpose. It all serves a purpose. We just got to find the diamonds in the dog shit, as Carol Maureen Friesen would say. Stop always going to the negative, and let's just say, yes, Cab, and I'm not saying there isn't any manipulation, because there is patents, there is proof that there is manipulation, but those people that are manipulating are still a part of God. They are God. So in what way are they trying to teach us a lesson? What are they trying to show us? through the manipulation of such events. And I'm not saying all weather is manipulated, a lot of it is, just based off of the patents and the technology that has been used. I'm not naive, and I'm not going to say that all of it is. I totally, I do think that a lot of the storms and a lot of the things that have happened in the past 2 years have been deliberate. And that's with me and a bunch of us sitting in meditation and trying to lessen the extent of the storms. It's hitting in certain areas. What are those areas for? Why is it being purged in specific spots? It's one of those things that I rather try to dispel, go up in my light body and make things lessen. That's beautiful, Ash Maya. I did that when I lived on Staten Island. I love going to the beach and just sitting with my feet in the water and just zenning out. I miss that very much. And my energy is still very much anchored there. I don't know why, but I am very much entangled still to that stupid island that's full with garbage. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. Yeah, I mean they cloud seed in the Middle East. They do that over there too. But we have, if we all combine together, we can get the energy to flow. It's just like Carla Ruckert. She had to have a specific ceremony placement placement for her to channel. When you're trying to have a successful group that channels, you all have to come to the same spot at the same time to grow the energy field around what's happening, right? Like I spent almost 40 years in Staten Island. My energy is heavy there. My energy is not so heavy here yet. Even though I've matured and I've anchored my energy, I am still not anchored here as I am over there. And that's just going to take time. But it, you know. So chaos theory 3D. See, I now look at things in different degrees of densities and dimensional spaces. I don't necessarily now look at things as oh, that's happening because this is classical physics and 3D. Um, you know, if we go look back into the Curtis writings, a lot of their books, they describe that karma is not just individual, it is the place you're and around the people that you live, it's the country that you live in, and it's the continent that you live in. And there's all collective karma that you are there to experience with those people, places, and things. So, as much as you're individually purging and reevaluating your karma, you still have to worry about the karma that's been collected with the people in and around you that is going to affect you. And then the country that you're inhabiting, what karma is that country going through? And what are you trying to dispel about it? And then humanity at large and planetary. So there's a lot of aspects to everything, including now densities and dimensions and the multiverse, the many worlds interpretation, which I'm totally standing behind. all connected through entanglement and string theory. And you could prove, and it's not even proving, but if you really want to ask yourself, like, why do people in the paganism, it's not just one section of paganism, why do they say, oh, when this was taking place, oh, their silver cord is not strongly connected to source, or why, you have to cut the strings and you have to cut the cords to the energy that you're tied to. What the fuck are chords? Strings, string theory. It's science. It's energy that you're entangled to. Entanglement just doesn't mean, in my estimation, that you and another particle whizzing in space time continuum up there somewhere is connected to you, but you're entangled to so many fucking things. It's sickening in a good way. So until science can prove what I'm saying in an experimental form, it's a hearsay thing. But there's a lot of truth to the things that the Norse, the pagans, and other cultures have said that is science. It's not, it appears to be magic, but it isn't. Science. It's alchemy. It's quantum. They had a better understanding of quantum systems than we do. Yeah. Yes, there is. And I only know that because right before I left New York, I did go to the beach, and I brought a magnet with me, and I can't tell you how much crap came up when I put the magnet to the sand. And it wasn't good stuff. So there is heavy metals in the air. You know, that's a thing. That was a thing. I don't know if it's cleaned up. I did craft tonight. Curriculum craft. We have a cityscape. Um, I have to get architecture in there at some point. Um, I need printmaking materials. I need a bevel. I need a briar. I need some stuff. So I would love to do like Lego prints with the kids. I mean, you could do that. I could stick it in paint and then the kids could Lego it up, but I need Legos. I only have the big Duplos, the big giant Lego pieces. Duplos. That's what I have. I don't have Lego Legos. Interesting. Cityscape. But I mean, I hope that I inspire you guys to be creative. I know Ash Maya made me a fantastic little pillow that's so freaking adorable. I'm gonna probably have to show it next time. I didn't bring it down here. Um, yeah. I'm gonna pick out a pyramid because I'm looking at the day and tomorrow, yeah, 10 days. And then it's raffle time. And I really want to get something good out, and I'm going to choose a different type of pyramid. Um as a giveaway. And then it might be a paint and sip painting that I'll like choose a bunch because I have a bunch now that if you're interested in, the person can choose what their gift is. And then I might do candle and maybe a business card holder or something. I still have to finish the vases. The glass stuff I have not finished. I have to get back to those. Um, but yeah, definitely I'm gonna have a raffle next Friday. I can't, not this Friday, the 18th. Because I can't believe it's April 8th already. Yeah, so next week I will have a raffle and my birthday is next Wednesday. And I'm not looking forward to it at all. But I'm gonna make the best out of the day as I possibly can. Um, yeah, so I will get up on the community tab the information for the raffle if anybody that isn't a channel member or is a channel member and wants more entries. Um, I have to still unpack from this weekend. My pyramids, because I brought a lot of my pyramids to the vending event. So I'll pick one out that I feel that the majority of people would like and put that up on the community tab along with some of my paintings from the paint and sips. I don't expect everybody to watch that. It's rather boring, by the way, because I don't talk. Um, but those are for normal people that just like to paint. I don't know. I don't know. I get a mixed bag of responses from those. But I'm gonna leave it here, guys. It is 9 o'clock my time. I still have to do a practice test and then get to sleep. I will see how I feel, Ash Maya. Supposedly the child that has a lot of needs is incoming on Monday and Wednesday. She comes Monday and Wednesday, and I'm gonna have a fire drill. I don't know how the day is gonna go. So I'll see how I'll play it by ear and I might do a live. We'll see. I can't Ash my 3 a.m. I can't. But thank you all for coming and enjoying me tonight. I thankfully did get something done. I got a cityscape done. If you did crafting and you would love to show me your crafts, please email me. All of that will be in the description after the show. Because I have to go in and type a doodle stuff and then take a picture of this and upload it for the thumbnail. I really want to thank each and every one of you for your abundance, your time, your prosperity, your love, your light. You going within and doing you, boo. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within. I can't stress that enough. Be the shoulder for somebody physically. Be the lighthouse. Sprinkle your truths. As I can tell you today, they're waking up. It's slowly happening. It's slowly happening. Be safe, guys. Be creative. Inspire others. Light the path forward. Find your purpose. Go within. Do what excites you and makes you happy. Spread that around. You're the role model for the future. So act as if. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And I will hopefully see you all live on Friday Night Live. And I will have other videos during the week. So have a blessed and beautiful night, guys.